Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2. I'm Morgan. I'm with my boyfriend Jake. We're going on the boat. For those who don't know, last week Jake and I did a little spearfishing competition against each other and we ended up tying. But so this week, this is gonna be our part 2 to see who actually wins. So we're going on the boat again. It's a beautiful day outside and hopefully we can get some more fish and lobsters this week. Putting extra fuel in the boat because we don't know what today holds. And in the last few videos, you would have noticed while we were diving, I'm using 2 different fins, and that's because my fins have broke. So this week, I'm super excited because I'm borrowing someone's fins, and they are 2 of the same fins, and they are fully intact and working. I'm still on the hunt for some new fins. I was previously using Dive fins, but if anyone has recommendations for new fins, please let me know. But in the meantime, there's fish to kill. Tula is not happy. Line's off and here we go.
Part 2 starts now.
Part 2 is about to begin. I think I'm gonna go in with the same strategy as last time and find a lot of the smaller ticket items. Like if I shoot 6 lionfish, get a few lobsters, those are gonna equal more points than if I just were to shoot 1 fish. But obviously shooting a big mutton or even a grouper would be super cool. Like the last video, we are also gonna be diving relatively shallow. Everything's gonna be between like 10 to 15 feet. May the better man or woman win. While I'm trying to get all of our dive gear ready, Jake is playing in the back of the boat and he's hooked himself a fish.
Like Abacos or something.
He's hooked up to something.
Look how cool he is.
Wow. Yeah, that does look like a baby Abaco or
baby amberjack or something.
He doesn't count, but he's cool.
Look at that, he's sick.
Good job,
This is,
Jake.
you know what this is a banded rudderfish.
Wow. He's got a bonus fish. Now time to go in the water. And welcome back underwater, everyone, to Morg's Mermaid Camp. The first spot we jumped in on were some scattered coral heads, and Jake immediately shoots a triggerfish.
I'm in the lead. We eat them, they count.
This is a very small section of coral that's scattered here in a seagrass bed, but it is so lively. There are dozens of snapper all around, and with Jake already shooting a fish within seconds of hitting the water, it got me very fired up to try and shoot one of these mangroves. I got a mangrove. He's dead. I got a little sidetracked from the competition because right next to this old piece of debris, there was this giant snail. I got so excited seeing the shell thinking that there wasn't an animal in it, but there was. However, I found these shells on the beach before, but never seen one with an actual living animal inside. I have no idea what the name of it is. I know the shell is a species of bonnet, but don't know what the slug is called. So if anyone knows, please let me know because I love that guy. Here's what the first spot provided us. We're junker hunting today. We are now at spot number 2. Let's see what we find. The next spot we went to is so cool. This is a mini reef that sits in only like 10 to 15 feet of water. And right as soon as we got there, a little friend was waiting for us to say hello. And I know I've said this in the past few videos, but we are still dealing with this murky water. This is honestly really murky for the Bahamas, especially since we're only in 10 to 12 feet. And luckily we are so shallow that the murkiness does not affect us too bad with hunting for fish. And you see here that I spotted some lobster antennas sticking out from under a coral head. Now that first lobster I saw looked borderline legal, so I was probably making some ruckus checking other holes and stuff for some bigger lobsters, and I spotted this guy coming out of his hole to check out the commotion. I got a lobster! Oh wow! My shot even went through the tail. That's a nice one. I'm on the board again. Lobster in the boat. And this small reef had so much life. There's this little pufferfish who I absolutely love these guys. But I did also see quite a few smaller groupers that kind of bolted from me once I checked inside their holes. They looked a little bit too small for me to shoot, but I'm sure that once in a while there's some bigger ones that are coming through this area. But I am getting lucky with the lobsters this spot. Same as my first one, this guy kind of came out of his hole to check me out. Another one. I also decided it was time to really rack up the points because I saw a few lionfish scattered amongst. So without further ado, here is my lethal lionfish weapon. I got one lionfish. Have a point. Flinger. Okay, that last spot provided me with 2 more points, 2 more lobster. We are now moving on to our third and final spot. If you couldn't tell from the last couple spots, the water is still pretty murky from Hurricane Aaron, so we're kind of out of options as far as spots go. We have to stay pretty close to shore because even something a mile offshore is still like totally blown out underwater. The visibility is terrible. So we are at our trusty Treasure Cay barge. This is a very popular spot, so we're not too hopeful, but we are optimistic that maybe either one of us will find something that will dictate who wins the tournament. Okay, last spot. I have snorkeled this spot quite a lot, and I never really see much besides reef fish and smaller snappers, but every time I go to it, I think to myself that you never know. Once in a while, here and there, I will find a larger mutton that's swimming off in the sand, kind of off and away from the barge itself. But there's no fences in the ocean, so everywhere is up for grabs. I'm sure if I were to start dismantling this barge and taking these sheets off the top, that somewhere in there, there'd be tons of lobsters, and if not, maybe some giants. But obviously, I'm not going to do that today. And I'm also not stressing at all right now. I'm just having a great, nice snorkel. Jake is the one who's sweating because I'm in the lead, and he needs to pull something off to be able to come out on top. And while I'm snorkeling, taking in all the views, I hear some mumbling underwater, and that can only mean one thing, that Jake has found something worth shooting. Oh! Good job, let me see your lobster. While Jake was putting the lobster back in the boat, I went back to the barge just to take one more peek, and I saw a friend. A really cool hawksbill turtle had made this barge his little home. There's a big storm coming our way. I think we're running out of time. Jake was able to get one more lobster off of the Treasure Cay wreck, but if you can't tell, there's a huge storm coming our way. The wind has picked up significantly, so we need to head home, and once we're back to the dock, we'll tally up the points. Beautiful sunny on one side, raging storm on the other with the sun in the middle. We're gonna let the dogs out, and then we're gonna take the fish out. Wow, doggies, hi! What are you guys doing? Hello, nope, you can stay up there. Do you guys smell something? You smell fish. Okay, the final results. Not pictured here is my lionfish I shot for ½ point. I got an additional 2 lobsters, so that's another 2, so we're at 2½. And then over here, we've got the mangrove snapper for a whole 3 points. Brings me to a total of 5½ points. Jake, we've got 1 lobster. We already wrung the head, so it's just the lobster tail. And this nice queen triggerfish. That brings him to a total of 4 points. Which means that I came out on top once more. It was definitely slim pickings today with how murky the water was, but we made do with the conditions that we had, and we had a great time. We have 2 other competition videos. If you'd like this one, I want to go check those out. Last week we have our part 1, and then about a month ago or so, we have a girls versus boys spearfishing tournament video that's super fun. We went out spearfishing all day with another couple, and I won't tell you who won. You'll have to go watch the video. But like always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.